Hello, hello, my darling, sweet friend. I am so excited to be here with you today. I'm excited that we decided to hold this space together live. Yeah, I'm really jazzed about the fact that we are doing live lectures now for homecoming and live coaching. That just feels so much more homey, and it's like I can have more good old down home hospitality for you. And that just makes me so excited because holding space for you is one of my absolute favorite things. And I love when we can have this communal energy of being together, whether you are joining me live right now or whether you are watching this as a replay. And it's so nice to know that these live videos will get uploaded into the homecoming portal later so that everything is in one logical place that makes sense for you. That just feels really organized. It makes my organized heart happy. It makes my soul self who wants to hold live space for you and be with you in real time so happy. And we get to have this juicy opportunity to be in a deeper community with each other. And that feels really good. I hope it feels so good for you too. Whether you can make the lives or you just watch the replay, knowing that you are connected to this deeper sense of community. It makes my heart so happy. This morning, we are coming at each other, I feel like, with a feeling of intimacy. I don't usually go live this early in the morning. I don't usually put my face on a screen this early in the morning, but I woke up about probably almost 2 hours ago just bursting with information and ideas. And so I got out of bed early and made coffee and wrote down my notes that I have over here. And I just knew that it was a topic that we needed to talk about live with each other. And what we're talking about today is how to achieve harmony and peace versus conflict in your own head or heart or body or all three. And by this point, you'll have been introduced to the concept of your three selves: your mind, your soul, and your sweet body. And within these three selves, it can be very easy to live in a place of conflict with these three things, feeling as if you're not always on the same page. And this is commonly seen when you listen to your own thoughts and you're like, God, that's mean. Or your unconscious mind throws out a thought that's supported by a belief that feels limiting or unkind or in some way unsavory to your soul self. And your soul feels a little hurt by that. Like, oh my gosh, how dare you call me a lazy amoeba or blob person? Like, why would my mind call me that? That's so mean. And it sets up this Like it pits you against yourself in this place of conflict. Because traditionally or usually we aren't taught that these things can work in harmony for us. Usually when we are raised, we grow up thinking that only our mind is us, like what we have consciously is us. And that's kind of the message that is pushed. And there's several problems with that, really. One of the ones that's popping out and into my mind right now is that that's so limiting when you know that there are other facets of you, that there is this deep and expansive and loving soul inside of you that is meant to expand and grow and celebrate and feel joy. And when you are in a place where you think that your unconscious mind's limitations are who you are, that sets up that automatic conflict between wanting to joyously expand and wanting to keep yourself safe. And I think that this is the basis for where a lot of self-hate is born, is within this microcosm of conflict that we didn't choose for ourselves to begin with. Like, we can choose to perpetuate it now, and I hope that that's not the case. I hope that that is what we are here to not do anymore, and to choose peace instead, and to choose love instead. And so what it looks like to achieve harmony between your mind and your soul and your body is so important and so beautiful. And what that looks like is essentially recognizing that every single thing that you do with your mind or your body or your spirit comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of trying to communicate. It comes with an automatic olive branch. And we've been trained or not given the perspective to see that olive branch. For example, it's so easy to get mad at our bodies when it does something that we're not expecting or didn't want. For example, if you feel knee pain, right? It can be so easy to be like, God damn it, my stupid knee. Like, why did it have to go out now when I'm on vacation? You know what I mean? It can be so easy to miss that olive branch from your body that says, I come here in peace. We need rest now. Like, we've expanded enough for now. Your body needs rest. And your body isn't doing that to screw you over. It's not doing that to cause you like existential harm. It's lovingly letting you know that you will hurt more later if you continue down that path. So it's a love letter from your body to you. And it's up to you to always have your eyes open for the loving peace and the loving intention behind what it is that your body is trying to communicate. And the same thing goes for your mind. Even when your mind is giving you thoughts that hurt you or feel bad or gross or unwanted. Your mind isn't doing that out of a place of ill will or meanness, even if our thoughts sound mean. Your unconscious mind is acting according to its primary directive, which is to preserve you and keep you safe. And it's learned so many things throughout your life to preserve you and keep you safe. And it didn't necessarily learn the most efficient or fun way to keep you safe in the grand scheme of things, but it did learn the most efficient way to keep you safe at the time. So if your 5-year-old self did not have the education or wherewithal to understand that a trauma that you experienced or a sadness that you experienced could have been responded to in a different way or didn't need to have an impact on you. If your 5-year-old self didn't understand that at the time, that's all the information your unconscious mind had to work with. And so understand that when your unconscious mind feeds you a thought such as, well, I shouldn't say what I think because people will think I'm stupid and then I'll feel hurt and then I'll feel sad. When your unconscious mind feeds you that thought of, I shouldn't say what I think because people will think that I'm stupid because I'm stupid, right? That thought isn't coming from a place of like, oh my God, ew, she's stupid, I hate her. Like your mind is not against you. Your mind simply and beautifully wants to keep you from having to feel those feelings of hurtness and sadness. And it learned that when you were like 5 years old, you know what I mean? And so when you can understand, when you can begin to see that the motivations of your body and of your mind are of love, your soul self is automatically not affronted by these thoughts anymore and can begin to see these things with compassion. And I'm not saying that it will happen every single time right away as soon as you have this perspective shift, because this is a process that you are going through. This is a practice that you are entering. It's a path that you're walking down. And the further you walk down that path, the more and more peace and harmony there is between your soul self and your mind and your body. And that is one of the most powerful things that you can learn about yourself, because it's the foundation for self-love. Think about it. When you know that your mind is coming from a place of safety because it loves you, when you understand that your body is coming from a place of, whoa, slow down, this will hurt more later, that it's communicating a signal to you out of love to prevent even more hurt. When you see that, it becomes easier or more or less effortless to feel in your soul that love is what your mind and your body deserve back from you. And when all of that is working from a place of love. Oh my gosh. That's when it happens. That's when you can see and feel and know that self-love is something that can be deepened and enriched and unearthed to a beautiful degree, because the more you practice doing this, the easier and easier it gets, the more automatic it gets, the more your soul teaches your mind to put love on autopilot. And that's beautiful. Your unconscious mind freaking loves to put things on autopilot. That's one of its biggest jobs, is to automate things for you. Like your heartbeat, like your blood through your veins, like protection, like keeping you safe from hurt. When you reach out an olive branch from your soul to your unconscious mind and say, I understand that you're trying to keep me safe. I love you. Your unconscious mind can feel that sense of reciprocal safety. It can feel that sense of reciprocal love, and it feels validating. It feels validated. And when you can validate your unconscious mind, you are way more likely to be able to talk it into whatever dreamy, expansive thing you want for it to do with you and do for you. When you want to show up live on camera and fully unveil yourself with no makeup at 7:30 in the morning, your unconscious mind is far more willing to take that ride with you, to go on that adventure with you, because it knows that you have its back, that you love it too, that everything is working together in a place of love and from a place of love. And that is so powerful. That is so beautiful. And you begin this beautiful feedback loop of love that turns into self-love, because it is all of yourselves loving all of yourselves. You eliminate that component of self-hate when you practice this way, because there's nowhere left for hate to hide. Because you understand that the base intention of your body and the base intention of your mind and the base intention of your soul is love. Hate cannot hide out and lurk when love is how you approach yourself and how you approach everything that you want to do for yourself and be for yourself and grow into for yourself. It's freaking beautiful, sweet friend. It's the key. It's the answer to how does self-love actually work? How can I actually expand self-love in a way where you can feel it and see the results and have it feel like it's actually working? Self-care is amazing. Bubble baths are great. Holding yourself through a limiting thought that says that you're not good enough, that everything you are is not good enough because you're stupid or an idiot. When you can hold yourself through that and understand that those thoughts are love in a twisty perspective or 5-year-old perspective, that is love to keep you from being hurt, that it is love in its truest, basest form. Hate has no place because there's only love instead. And this path is such a beautiful journey. It feels so beautiful to know that you are loving yourself more and more deeply every time you choose to understand that the intention of everything is love. And it can be hard, perhaps, at first to see or understand the root of the intention. Say, for example, you have a limiting belief pop into your head that seems unkind at face value, such as, I shouldn't speak out because I'm stupid. Okay, let's take that for example. Hold yourself in this globe of love, this assumption that underneath that thought is something loving, and ask your unconscious mind, for what intention are you holding on to this belief for me? And your unconscious mind will say something like, to keep you safe or to keep you from being hurt. And you say, good, okay, unconscious mind. For what intention do you want to keep me safe? And your unconscious mind will say something along the lines of, so that you can feel loved. And then you can ask your unconscious mind, for what reason do you want me to be able to feel loved? And your unconscious mind will say something like, so that you can love yourself. And that's so beautiful. And it helps you to understand that most of these beliefs that come across as mean or unkind or unwanted are just your little girl's perspective of how to love yourself. We don't expect 3-year-olds or 5-year-olds to fully understand the scope of self-love, right? To fully understand how all of this works. And I think that children have the capacity to. I think that it's beautiful to teach these beliefs and ideals to children so that they have a deeper understanding from the start of how to treat themselves with love, how to treat their thoughts and their soul and their bodies from a place of love. And if you have children, I totally encourage you to have conversations with your kids. I think that's beautiful. And so, the larger scope here is that now that you know and you can see all of the vibes and all of the routes of how your body, mind, and spirit are working together for your self-love, it can be easier and easier, or more peaceful and effortless, to let yourself settle into that routine where your soul treats your mind and body with love. Because your body treats your mind and soul with love, because your mind treats your soul and body with love. And that's beautiful, and it's profound, and it's exactly what you needed to know now. isn't it? Because you're able to have that perspective, and you're able to hold that peace, and you're able to hold that harmony over a sense of conflict, to elevate peace and love and base intention over that conflict that used to come so naturally and doesn't anymore. Because once you have this perspective shift, it's so likely that you're going to become obsessed or excited with finding out the base intention of what your unconscious mind has made conscious for you, any of those thoughts or beliefs, or to look at any habits that are being played out and supported by your unconscious mind, and to ask yourself, okay, for what intention am I doing that? For what intention am I doing that? And it's a beautiful process. And I hope so deeply that it helps you find peace. These questions of for what intention or for what reason come from a practice in neurolinguistic programming called parts integration, where your unconscious mind can hold two opposing beliefs. And I think essentially that this goes beyond just neurolinguistic programming from the standpoint that we're working with your mind, because it's essentially that your soul desires something and your unconscious mind holds a belief opposite to it. So when you can consistently make a practice of integrating those parts of you, and of course also involving your sweet body at the same time, the only option is peace. The only option is love and harmony and full integration and wholeness. And that's it. That's the whole point. And the deeper you settle into this practice, the easier it gets, and the more exciting it gets, and the more expansive and delightful things get to be for you. And I'm so excited for you. So continue, my love, to greet yourself and all parts of you with the assumption of love and the intention of love. And have those questions in your back pocket for what intention, for what reason. And keep drilling or digging or unearthing, excavating those intentions so that you can see where the love is if you can't see it right away. And I think that that's it, my love. I think that that is the deliciousness that woke me up almost 2 hours early to come here, to write notes and prepare for you, and to be in community with you in this way. And so, now that this feels complete and juicy and good, feel free to ask questions, either here or in the portal for homecoming. And I'm delighted to spend this time with you. Oh, and we are starting live Q&As. So keep your eyes peeked for that schedule where it'll be you and me together for the purpose of asking questions and hearing answers for them. I'm really excited to hold that space for you. And there's something in my unconscious mind that is also afraid of holding that space in a larger capacity beyond the one-to-one coaching that I've been doing. And I know that the intention of that fear is based in love, which is why I feel peaceful about doing it, why I feel excited about doing it. So, whatever questions you have, feel free to comment them or come to the next Q&A live. And until we meet again, from my heart to yours, I am sending you so much love. And I hope that you have the most amazing day.